Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is Hack the Planet. Today I'm going to bring you the battle of the budget smartphones on two competing platforms. We have on the right the Moto G, and on the left we have the underdog, the Lumia 635 featuring Windows Phone. I'm going to discuss the pros and cons of both of these devices to help you make your next budget smartphone purchase. I'll start with the pros of the Lumia 635 on the left. First, it has ClearBlack technology built into the display, which means that light reflected from the sun or ambient light in a room, as it reaches the display panel and it's reflected back towards you, the light is polarized, and a second layer of polarizing film will block out reflected light. So in theory, the only light that should emanate from the device is basically the light that the device is generating itself. It also features a very bright and vivid display, which allows the whites to be white and the blacks to be black. And this one here, I am running Windows 10 on it, which is another plus that goes to Microsoft. They're openly inviting you to try their new operating system, and I've been testing out Windows 10 on this phone. Please check back, I'll show you another video on that. But as far as the display I'm going to show you, this is what's currently available on Windows Phone 8, and I am speculating that they will bake it into Windows 10 as well. On this page here, you have a brightness profile, which because of the hardware in this device, it does necessitate a need to specify your low level, medium level, and high level of brightness settings. What I do like about Windows Phone is it does feature a color profile, which I have seen in builds of CyanogenMod, but it's not, you're not going to find it on all Android devices. It lets you set the hue, the tint, and the color saturation of your picture, so you can set it however you want. As you can see, the picture is very warm now. If I move it over, the image becomes very cool. So you can set your display to be easy on your eyes, however that may be. Back to my Lumia 635 with the Windows 10 technical preview. It's not really a big deal. I mean, it's nice that you get to test out a new operating system and provide feedback, so kudos to Microsoft on that. But as I said, the screen is very nice on this. Call quality is excellent. The camera, it's only a 5 megapixel shooter. It does record video in HD 720p, 30 frames a second, and the camera sensor that they included on this device is very nice. It's not necessarily blurry when you zoom in. It looks like a film photo that you may have snapped. It does a very good job at just taking pictures. The focus on it works very well, and when I shoot video, you don't get the wobble that can be seen on low quality camera sensors. So the video, I've had no problems with the video. It has a nice smooth zoom feature as well, and this is all performed from the Lumia camera. If you're not familiar with the Windows operating system, there is a learning curve, but it's a feature-rich operating system, and it has some very nice apps built in. This is the camera app right here. To switch to video, you just slide this like so, and you're shooting video. There's no wobble to speak of on this camera, so they did a great job. Nokia is known for their PureView cameras, which is available on higher end handsets, and I believe this device inherited some of that technology. Nokia builds very good cameras. Other pros of this operating system, if you're tied to the Microsoft ecosystem, Windows 10 is running on this device, and as such, you're going to see universal apps across desktops, laptops, tablets, and smartphones operating on Windows 10 a year from now. As far as today, with Windows 8, they have built many great apps. Outlooks, OneDrive's built in here. MSN apps are available, like MSN Weather and News. They're not labeled MSN, but that's what they are on other platforms, such as Android. They have started releasing their apps multi-platform on other platforms like Android and iOS. Cortana is the new voice search. This is a test build, so they are still working on it. As I said, it's nice to have the opportunity to even test it out. It works a lot like Google Now. If you've had any chance to play around with Google Now, it works very similar to that. I'll show you Cortana in her fully functioning state. Here is the current build of Cortana on Windows Phone 8.1. What's my weather forecast?
Right now, it's 85 and sunny.
Tell me a joke.
What do Winnie the Pooh and Ivan the Terrible have in common? The same middle name.
Remind me to pick up baby diapers the next time I go to Walmart.
Remind you when you get to Walmart.
Give me directions to New York City.
Alright, getting you directions to New York.
But this phone has, of course, you know, Microsoft's known for great software, especially recently. They've had sort of their own little renaissance lately, and I use this as my daily driver. As far as the hardware, it has a nice camera on it. Unfortunately, you're only going to have the rear-facing camera. There is no front-facing camera on this device. And another nitpicky, you know, it's like, why would they do that? They didn't put a light sensor on this device either, so you do have to set your brightness settings manually, and that's very annoying. On the back of this device, you know, I've got the all black variety. You can buy different covers. On these phones, you can just pop the back of it right off, and it wraps around the sides and the rear of the phone. A micro SIM card, no, that's a mini SIM card, and it features obviously expandable SD card storage, so that's extremely important depending on what you want to do with your phone. This is my test build of Windows 10. Let's see what. Yeah, and they do feature a file explorer as well, which is still being worked on, a more feature-rich file explorer than what you would find on the regular Windows phone, Windows 8. Because the phone features removable storage, you can load. It supports up to 128 gigabytes of storage, so you can hold many songs, movies, TV shows, stuff to keep you entertained while you're going. These phones also have a feature that this trump Android on right now when it comes to storage, and that is Storage Sense. You have apps that are available that help you manage the way the phone operates. Very clearly displays the storage on the phone. You can store new music that you receive on the SD card, new photos. You can store your apps on your SD card. So while this phone may only include 8 gigabytes of storage, it's basically just used for the operating system, so it's not a big deal. It's extremely manageable, even with just that amount of storage. On this phone, I have tons of games on it, and they're all being stored on my SD card. Let's take a look at the Moto G. This is the first generation Moto G. It's available for probably anywhere from $30 to $50 right now. I picked it up for the Verizon platform just to have an Android device on me. I'm still linked to the Android ecosystem, and of course I do videos, so Android, of course, it has live wallpapers. You're aware of what Android can do and what it cannot do. I'm sure most people have used an Android phone at least once. If not an Android phone, an Android tablet. As you can see, I've got some Microsoft apps on here because I do mainly use the Microsoft apps for my daily use. Features about this phone: nice display. This display is much better than the one on the competing Lumia 635 headset. Not because it's any brighter or the picture looks any better, only because they included an HD screen, a 720p. It's a 1280 by 720p screen on their device. Microsoft opted for the 854 by 400 screen. So while I mean the pixel density is still great, we're still looking at over 200 pixels per inch on either device. The Moto G greatly exceeds that, and the picture quality is outstanding. It's phenomenal on the Android headset. It doesn't feature the same ClearBlack technology, but the bottom layer of the screen is reflective, as I first saw on Motorola headsets like the Razr years ago. And this device also features a 5 megapixel shooter on the back with the iconic Motorola imagery on there. I think it features a better speaker, in my opinion, for listening to music. And it does have a front-facing camera, which does work. It's a satisfactory front-facing camera. It takes decent shots. It also features a light sensor on it as well. And of course, you have all of the great apps that you can get off the Play Store. And one thing though that it's really a deal breaker for me, I use it mainly for the apps that I'm tied to. I'm extremely limited to the capabilities on this phone because of one, just it's a death nail for this phone in my opinion. It's the lack of removable storage. This phone is 8 gigabytes, and that's all you will ever get on this phone. So unless you have a good data plan, or you don't play a lot of large video games, this phone's great. If you're using it to basically just check Facebook, take a few snaps on your on your camera, check your email on it, watch YouTube videos or videos from other streaming services, you're going to be disappointed because you cannot store expansive music collections on this device. You can also not store videos on this device in any large number. See, you're just limited to the eMMC non-removable storage unless you have experience in soldering and you're just a tech whiz. You're not gonna. You basically just want to either get a more expensive phone or see if you can find another headset that has a similar feature set for the same price. But if you were shopping for a Moto G and a Lumia 635 and you just couldn't make up your mind, personally, I recommend the Lumia. Change is for the better. You get to play around with the new operating system, and it's just a lot more capable of a device on its own. While it doesn't have a front-facing camera, it still does feature a selfie app that you can use. It will detect your face and take a photo at the appropriate time. I hope this video helps you out. Please like, share, subscribe. I'm going to make a video specifically about Windows 10 in the next few days. Please check back. Thanks again for choosing Hack the Planet, and have a great day.